We are often told that once a cognitive diagnosis hits a family, or as we reach our senior years, the world naturally has to shrink. We assume that the era of adventure, new memories, and vibrant brain health is officially over, and we inadvertently trap our loved ones and ourselves in an echo chamber of routine and stress. But what if the ultimate tool for dementia prevention and emotional healing is simply standing right outside your door? In this clip from the podcast, I am sitting down with the incredible duo behind Grandma Joy's road trip, Dr. Brad Ryan and his 96-year-old grandmother, Grandma Joy. Together, they spent a decade defying the aging narrative by traveling to all 63 U.S. national parks. Watch as we dive into the incredible neuroscience of awe and how a trip to see the brown bears in Alaska completely transformed Grandma Joy's mental clarity, and how you can introduce these exact same microdoses of wonder into your daily routine, even if you're currently homebound. Welcome back. I'm Jen Fink, and this is Dementia Decoded. We're taking the confusion out of the caregiving journey by turning the light on for the path ahead. It's about more than memories. It's about strategy, clarity, and heart. So let's get into today's episode.
Humanity, we evolved from nature, and our ancestors lived in the woods and I think, and on the savannas, and you have to kind of remember that that there's this world outside of yourself, and that if you can step away from the cacophony of bad news on television and on the internet and on your phone, and if you can just remember, like, oh no, at the end of the day, life is just about enjoying the beauty around you. And I think that there's there's a lot of research to that all of the U.S. national parks are fairly accessible. There's something to do, and it's not just one thing. So just because you can't climb a mountain doesn't mean that the national parks aren't for you, because there's so much that you can experience just from the passenger seat looking out the window. But there are also boardwalk trails. There are boat cruises that you can do. There are kayaking or canoe trips that you can do. What else? I mean,
you just need to go talk to the ranger when you get there and tell them what your problem is, and they'll tell you the right thing to do.
Yeah, or what you're, I have this many days. This is who I'm with. This is his or her capability level. And what would you recommend? And it might, and there's so much that our national parks have to offer, and not everything that's beautiful in this country is a national park. So state parks, community metro parks. So we're lucky that we live in a world where all this information is readily available to us.
But when you go to see the bears get the fish, there's a boardwalk that goes all the way, and they've made a bench out over, so you can see and look right down on them.
Oh, nice. What park is that in Alaska?
Yeah, that's Katmai National Park. That was one that surprised me too, because that you see all the videos of the brown bears grabbing the salmon as they're doing their salmon run, and you think, well, that certainly is not an experience that someone in their 90s could have. But sure enough, it's a trail that you can push a wheelchair down.
Funny.
It's over a mile long, but when we got down there, we saw 31 brown bears at once.
Well, I used to take my mom to the local park to watch kids, because being a mom and a grandma, that brought her joy. And it wasn't always easy to get from the car to the bench, because she would watch her feet, which is not a great way to walk. And she walked really slowly, but it was worth the effort, because she always seemed a little brighter. Just there was something improved.
It just brighten you up.
Yeah. And you guys will like this. California added four brand new state parks this year. It truly doesn't have to be a massive trek to Yellowstone or a flight to Alaska to change the chemistry of an aging brain. As I shared in that clip, just taking my mom to the local park to watch the kids play was enough to completely brighten her spirit and push back against the fog of dementia. When we take radical ownership of our environment and refuse to let fear dictate the limits of what our loved ones can do, we unlock a massive fountain of youth for their minds and a virtual shield against our own caregiver burnout. If you want to hear the full incredible story of Brad and Grandma Joy's 10-year journey and get the exact strategies to bring this healing power of awe into your own life, listen to the full episode of the podcast out this week. And for deeper, actionable blueprints on brain health and navigating the puzzles of dementia care, head over to Substack and join us at the Dementia Decoded Lab. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Step outside, chase the wonder, and I'll see you in the full episode.